Hey guys, new video here. Just wanted to talk to you about an option available to you if you have Chloe and Mikazuki. You can break into stage 10 of Trent today. It's actually really simple, and all you're going to do is keep the boss crowd controlled for the entire fight so that you don't even take damage, which is why I can bring level 1 ElunE fodders along with me. They're simply here to generate souls for me because I need to use Chloe's S2 with 4 souls. When you use it with 4 souls, you have a 100% chance of activating. Then you need to inflict it. But the only mandatory piece here is level this up to level 6 so that you get a 3-turn paralyze, and that just helps you achieve that goal of keeping the boss crowd controlled. The gear I have here is the stuff that's in your mailbox. I leveled it to +6, and this is just to squeeze out some extra damage when I'm not CCing. For my sanity and making this video, speed things up a little bit. You don't need damage. If the boss remains crowd controlled, he's gonna melt even if it takes 30 minutes for you to do it. If you do put a gear set here, just grab a 3-piece full moon. It's that simple because that gives you 25% chance to inflict debuffs, which again is your #1 job. Then Mikazuki is that second piece. She's gonna remove tolerance. That way we can continue to land our crowd control on the boss. No skill ups, no gear. Karu is great as a 3rd piece if you have her. You don't need her to pull this off. She's basically an additional turn swap. So you can pull this off with turn swaps. No skill ups, no gear. And we're going to talk about how this works. Now, if you don't have these 2 pieces, you're not trapped, okay? This is just so easy. I need to talk about it before I get into the mid-game guides. Because people can do it, from like level 15 if they have these 2 pieces. The other option would be using Reina or Kangrim with a restrain because it's a different school of crowd control. If you want a idea of what's going on there, check out my video on tolerance. It's a terrible video. It's super long, but people have used it to help them land crowd control on Trent. We used it months ago, so I just need to update it, and it will be updated. This is just an in-between for those people that do have these 2 pieces. Now your first goal is to use Chloe's S2 with 4 souls. And we got resisted. So now all we need to do there is just reset. We are cheesing crowd control, so there's no sense attempting to kill mushrooms after that. We aren't taking damage because the boss isn't taking a turn. So you can get resisted and you can get evaded. If either of those things happen in the beginning there, just restart it. After the CC lands, you're never going to let it fall off. So we just do it again. Save all your souls for Chloe's turn. And there we go. We landed it, and you can see the boss gained resistance. This is called physical tolerance. Tolerance increases your resistance to that school by 10%. So he was originally 17%. Because we landed 1 ability, this gives him more resistance. That's harder to land those effects. So you can't just keep doing this forever. But Mikazuki gets rid of tolerance whenever she lands an attack. So we'll talk about some small things that happen here. When she crits, she also applies a weakened defense. Okay, and she's guaranteed to crit because paralyzed makes all incoming damage crit. So she should have a weaken tolerance and a weaken fizz. She only has weaken fizz because of her passive removing the weaken tolerance when she attacked. Now, all we need to do to pull this off is only use Chloe's S2 when there's no physical tolerance. If you do it when there's no physical tolerance, the boss is not going to build up tolerance to your paralyzed, and you just keep landing it. Karu ends up an additional turn swap because she gives Mikazuki an additional auto attack, giving you more chance to remove the right school of tolerance. So hopefully she removes it here. And if not, we're just going to swap to her now and try to remove it again. There we go. There is a little bit of RNG involved because you are playing between that weaken and that physical tolerance. Every time that she attacks, she's critting. As long as there's a paralyze out. So here she would remove it anyways if it wasn't removed, and then we have a chance to land it. If it didn't land, we have one more chance to turn swap and land Chloe's crowd control. But that's it. You just keep the boss crowd control the entire time. The only other thing to note is you don't want to use any other stat effect. You don't want to use any other status effects. So that means don't use Mikazuki's S2 or her S3 for this strategy, because it's going to add physical tolerance, nature tolerance, and curse tolerance. The more tolerance you add, the more chance you have of not removing the right one. So that also means that the pieces that you put here in place of Taya and Miho, don't bring a Balder, because Balder is going to apply nature tolerance. It's that simple. And you eventually melt the boss down just using the strategy. So I'm just going to speed up the rest of the video. Thanks for tuning in. I hope some of you are able to use this before I get to those mid-game guides. And like I said, the other strategies will be out. If you want to start using Reina in the meantime, just check out some guides on tolerance and you can figure it out for yourself. But otherwise, thanks for tuning in and enjoy.
I don't think about us often. I don't think of you at all. Between these reckless occasions, there's always someone new to fall. He says, come close, baby, we know you. It's getting late, let's head home soon. Kiss real slow, then I let him go. Say goodbye like it was nice to know you. But you don't wanna get so lonely, so thinking about me like I'm only there when you call. On my knees I call. Have you met me? Never let you leave. 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 I'm sick of you and others wasted. Time say you hate it. Won't admit I'll take you places you never go. Babe, on me your goes. It's funny how you think you got me. I've seen you places you should not be. Say you'd break you if I don't leave. If I go, tell me who'd stay home. You don't wanna get so lonely, so thinking about me like I'm only there when you call. On my knees I'd call. Boy, have you met me? Never let you leave. 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 I don't think about us often. I don't think of you at all. Between these reckless occasions, there's always someone new to fall. He says, come close, baby, we know you. It's getting late, let's head home soon. Kiss real slow, then I let him go. Say goodbye like it was nice to know you. But you don't wanna get so lonely, so thinking about me.
It's that simple. Free gear. Look at that. Support light your weapon so I can start crafting as soon as I get these gems. And save up enough seeds, I can craft some lighter weapons.